Okay, let's turn to terrains and let's see some of the things that we've done here. In 2022 R1, we added a new tool called Elevation Difference Grid that will allow you to annotate the difference between two surfaces or between a surface and a plane. Again, we didn't really have a tool that would do this very easily or efficiently. And now you can, again, you can do it very easily and efficiently through the use of this tool. I think we got a video here. It's pretty simple. You can see here I've got in the green, I've got an existing terrain. And then there in the yellow and orange and red, I've kind of got a proposed terrain. We can grid that, do, again, as I said, terrain to terrain. You can see the different options there on the dialog. You can set up cut symbology and fill symbology for your text. You can do prefixes and suffixes and so on. You can give a data point in the lower left where you want the grid to start. And I don't know if you can see it that well, but basically what it does is it creates gridded cut and fill values. You can also, if you want to, you can actually read those text elements and create gridded terrains from them. So it does give you a way to create gridded or lattice terrains if you need to. So again, you can certainly do this terrain to terrain, or you can do it with a terrain to a certain plane elevation. Another tool that we introduced in 2022 R1 in the area of terrains is the ability to compute pond volumes. You really had no way in the past to do this without creating a drainage model. And sometimes people just want to go to a terrain and get a pond volume without having to go through the whole process of creating a drainage model. And this tool does exactly that. It just works on a terrain. It gives you a pond volume report. And so here's just a quick example here. Again, it's a simple tool. I don't have to go create a drainage model or anything like that. I can just identify the terrain, give it the proper information, and then it would go create a pond volume report and give you the appropriate acreage and surface area that is required. All right, what's next with terrains? Here we go, the new Analyze Line of Sight tool. This is something that we added in 2022 R2. We did not have this tool. This was something, again, if we look at the problem and the pain, so to speak, we did not. This is something that we had in our legacy products, but we really did not have a tool inside of OpenRoads to do that. And so this was seen as missing technology. Now you do have the technology in OpenRoads that you had in our earlier products. So there's two ways to do this. You can do a single line, or you can use the radial method here. I'm using a single line method. I'm just going to identify the terrain. I'll give it the my eye position, and then I'll give it my target. You can do this with a data point. You can do it dynamically, as you see here as I'm moving around. The red is what I cannot see. The green is what I can see. Again, you can control the symbology through feature definitions. So if you wanted dash lines or something different, you could do that. That is the single line method. You also have a radial method, which allows you to kind of give it a cone, if you will, or an angle to look across. So doing the same thing, identify the terrain, give it your eye position, and then it will look at an angle for you. So you could look at 360 degrees, or you could look within a certain turning radius, if you will. Note that these are, when you hit a data point, all of these graphics are placed into your file as 3D graphics. So you can see here, if I was to go in and rotate this terrain, you'd see your graphics would be placed in there properly, and you could see what the user could see or not see. Now, here is one of the bigger things that we did in the area of triangles. And we introduced this in 2022 R2, and this is something that users had asked for quite a long time. The problem was in the old workflow, you had to deactivate a terrain in order to make edits. And so you deactivate a terrain, you'd go out there, you'd make some edits, and you know, if somebody came along behind you and reactivated terrain and reprocessed, you could lose your edits. You don't have to, that doesn't happen anymore. We fixed all that. So let me show you the video and kind of show you how this works. So here I've got a survey terrain. It is a live survey terrain. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and actually change a piece of survey data. So I'll tell it, don't include this, this shot right here. And notice it removes it from the terrain. Okay, so this is a live survey terrain. Now, what I want to do is I want to go make some edits using our edit tools. Now, in the past versions, you would have had to deactivate the terrain. You do not have to do that anymore. You can edit a live terrain. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a couple edits. Let's say, for example, I want to delete a couple vertexes from this terrain. So let's just select that one and delete that. And then let's go up there and delete that one as well. So there's a couple edits I've made. I also want to go in and let's say delete some interior triangles. So I'm just going to strike a line right through these triangles here, and I'm going to delete them. And then we'll go down on the bottom right here and delete those as well. Now, you'll also notice we've added on the far right of the terrain editor tools a new icon called Delete Edit. If you click on that, it will actually show you all the edits that you've made. So you can see the two lines there represents the delete triangles that I did. And you can also notice those two vertexes there. You'll get a point representation showing you that you deleted a vertex. If you want to remove, it remembers the edits now through these transient graphics. So if you want to delete those edits or remove them, just delete that transient graphic with that icon enabled, and those edits will be removed and the triangles will come back. So not only are we allowing you to edit a live terrain, we're actually remembering the edits. And just to show you that it is a live terrain, we'll go right back into that point that we took out earlier and we'll add it back, and you can see not only was the survey updated, the terrain regenerated, but all of your edits were remembered on the fly. So again, this is a huge, I think, a huge enhancement to what we've done in terrains. Another simple thing we did in 2022 R2 with terrains is the profile from surface tool. We added a new interval option for draping. Previously, we only had triangles and break line options. The interval option is just reintroducing a functionality that existed in our legacy products.